Hey guys, Farid here, and this is my first of hopefully many tutorials on FL Studio. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I sidechain reverbs using FL Limiter on my reverb sends and my tracks. I use this technique on almost all the sounds that I use reverbs on, but for this tutorial, I'm going to be using a pad sound with a long reverb so you can hear the effect clearly and easily. Now this technique is somewhat intermediate or advanced, so you will need to have a background on how to set up and use sidechains and how to use and set up reverb sends. This technique can help a lot to take away from the muddiness that you get from long reverbs or any kind of reverb on any sound. It helps a lot with the mixdowns, and I use it in pretty much all my tracks. So let's get down to it. Right here we have a pretty short pad melody, and I've already set up a sidechain to go along to save some time. So the sidechain is just a standard kick, which I've shortened the whole time for, so we can get somewhat of a faster pumping effect. So as we go to the mixer, right here I have a separate channel for the pad with some EQ, a sidechain for the pad, and some delay. And then I have the reverb send, which I'm going to be using, which I'm going to be sidechaining, which has Arts Acoustic Reverb, pretty big and long settings, 0% dry, 100% wet, and the FL limiter, which we're going to be using for the sidechain, and the pad is about 80%, 80% wet sent to the reverb send. So let's see what the sidechain pad sounds like alone without the reverb. Alright, so pretty nice pad. Now let's hear what it sounds like with the reverb, but the reverb is not sidechained yet. So I'll just disable this and let's see what it sounds like. So as you can hear, that's a pretty nice big long reverb, but it sounds a little bit too loose, so we're going to need to sidechain that so we can get a clearer mixdown at the end result. So first of all, let me just show you what the reverb sounds like on its own without the pad itself. So I'm going to mute the pad right here from the master, and what you're going to hear now is the unsidechained reverb on its own. Alright, so as you can hear, it's not sidechained, so let's get down to it and start sidechaining. First of all, the first step is to mute the actual pad, which I've already done, so it's muted from the master right here. Second of all, you're going to need to enable the metronome because we're going to adjust the sidechain according to the BPM of the track. So you turn on the metronome right here, and we open the FL limiter right here, and let me just show you the sidechain. Right here I have the sidechain, which I've already set to sidechain the reverb send right here. So right click, sidechain to this track only, so it's sidechained. However, we need to adjust the settings from the FL limiter. So we start by playing the reverb sound unsidechained, and then we choose the sidechain from here. And the way I do it is that, well, there are a lot of ways, but this is the way I do it, is that I put the ratio up all the way. And then as I play the reverb, I take down the threshold just enough so I can start to hear the sidechain come in. So let's see what that sounds like. Alright, Alright, so about minus 26.5 dB sounds about right. And now we need to start playing with the release knob. Now what the release knob does is that it controls when the peak of the sidechain signal comes in between the two kicks, or in this case between two metronome hits. So we need to play around with this knob until we get the peak of the sidechain signal exactly in the middle between every two metronome hits. So let's play around and see what setting we get best. Alright, so about 471 milliseconds sounds about good. Let's just make sure that it is actually between, so I'll play that again and just fine tune the release if needed. Now that sounds pretty fine. Now the next and last step is we need to take down the ratio a little bit, because right now the sidechain is a little too strong. So we need to loosen up the ratio a little bit so we can get a nice sidechaining effect while still maintaining some of the atmosphere that the reverb is creating. So let's see what setting we get for the ratio. Alright, so about 5-1 sounds good. Now the next step is to enable the saw pad, the pad again, and then let's just see what it sounds like before and after. So first I'll be disabling the sidechain of the reverb that we just did. So you're going to be hearing the pad sidechained, but the reverb not sidechained. And then the second time it plays, I'm going to enable the sidechain so you can hear the difference quite clearly. Alright, so as you can hear, when I enabled the sidechain of the reverb, it sounded much tighter. The pad and its reverb were pumping through at the same time, and you can really tell the difference in a mixdown when you sidechain reverb. It makes other elements in the mix come through much clearer. So thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. Comment, rate, like, share, subscribe, etc. And let me know in the comment section if you have any questions about the tutorial or about anything that I used, and I'll try to answer it. And also please let me know if you have any requests for future tutorials, and I'll try as much as I can to get to them. So again, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, take care.